what I don't want to do is make one of these soapboxy videos where I'm like, oh, righteous anger. I'm a feminist, male feminist. I'm progressive. I'm just angry, man. Whatever. I'm not trying to make a dramatic video. I'm struggling with the words. Okay, I'm struggling with the words. That's not a dramatic pause. I get it. You have a reason. You have a right to believe people who are making videos or on TV or they lie to you. They want you to, oh, look, I'm emotional. That's what editing's for, Jaffe. Cut out the pauses. I know. It's just the Activision thing, man. You know what? It was bad enough. We talked about it last week. Talked about it the day it broke. But today, these guys who ran Blizzard, Mike Morhaime, who was one of the top 3 guys, or not just that, but he's the guy who created it with 2 other guys, back when it was Silicon and Synapse and making these brilliant fucking games like Rock and Roll Racing and Lost Vikings. They released this statement. He does, and this other designer, who's the other guy? Metzen. Started he's like a writer, voiceover actor, designer, but this is the head executives. And they haven't been there. Morhaime left in 2018. It's not that long ago. And he didn't just leave and he took off for the hills. He left and he became an advisor on the board or something like that. So he was still has his hooks in it. And they come out with these, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, just go, I'm not going to recap the Activision thing. You know what's going on. Toxic sexual harassment. Fucking poor woman took her own life, they're accusing, because of the way she was treated. It's not all Blizzard, Activision too, but Blizzard, Activision. Here's why I'm angry about it. You know why? I'm angry about it. Here's why. Why, Jaffe? I'm working on it and getting it up and out. Therapist says get it up and out. But, I'm angry because every fucking time this gets brought up, whether it's misogyny, racism, systemic racism, homophobia, anti-Semitism, anti-Muslim sentiments, everybody, usually white males, that's the fucking truth, motherfucker. White males, of which I am one, deny it. It's not that bad. It's not really happening. It's isolated. I haven't seen it. Oh, Jaffe, all white people don't benefit from white privilege. Why would we teach critical race thing? On and on and on. Denied, and of course you want to deny it if you're a white dude. Why would you not? I'm going to show you this clip right here. This clip right here, which is, famous. You may have seen it. Is the problem.
I want every white person in this room who would be happy to be treated as this society in general treats our citizens, our black citizens. If you, as a white person, would be happy to receive the same treatment that our black citizens do in this society, please stand. You didn't understand the directions. If you white folks want to be treated the way blacks are in this society, stand. Nobody's standing here. That says very plainly that you know what's happening. You know you don't want it for you. I want to know why you're so willing to accept it or to allow it to happen for others.
Of course you want to deny it, but you know deep down it's fucking happening. And if you don't, your eyes are closed. Your eyes are closed. So when this kind of shit comes out, the apologies that inevitably, pour out, and they're so, what horseshit. I want to listen to your stories. I want to learn. I want to understand. I know they're just words, but it's just not okay. I'm so sorry. I was in a place of privilege. Yes, that's what you've been being told. All you motherfuckers are told this all the fucking time. And you deny it because it's convenient to deny it. Because it allows you to continue exploiting people because you deny it. if you actually have to deal with it, the playing field is going to ultimately get leveled, and you are going to have to compete, and you are going to have to survive and thrive, or whatever it is you do, on your actual merits. Not the color of your skin, not the fact you got a dick and balls hanging betwixt your legs, but on your fucking merit. Now, I'm not saying Mike Morhaime is a loser. Guy's a fucking genius. Guy got a goddamn lifetime achievement from the goddamn DICE Awards or whatnot a couple years back. Now, did he deserve it? Sure, he deserved it. But I don't know. If I was a woman, or specifically a black woman, sitting in the audience or watching at home going, well, I know he's done a lot of great games, but, you know, I work at this company and this ain't... You're going to award that guy? You going to give that guy an award? He's in charge of it. He admits. He says, oh, I was in a place of privilege. I didn't see. I didn't know. I didn't hear. And he's right. But fuck. How much of this shit do we have to keep dealing with? To some websites' credits, they're no longer going to cover Blizzard or Activision. We'll see how long that lasts. I don't know if it's going to last long, and I don't think it's going to be a blanket thing that happens across the games media, but there needs to be not just punishment for these people. They need to be gone. I don't mean canceled. I don't mean they shouldn't be able to make a living, but this idea that they just get more and more chances, and it trickles down, man. I don't mean to be on a soapbox. I really don't. I'm not trying to be self-righteous and all that shit. I'm not trying to be like, oh, it's a speech. I'm tired of it. I mean, I'm tired. You think I'm tired of it? You think the women and the gay folks and the Muslim folks and the Jewish folks and the black folks and on and on, you think they're not tired of it? If I'm tired of it, Jesus. How privileged, Jaffe, that you can come around to be tired of it today. We've been tired of it for a little bit longer. I know. But it trickles down, man. Gamers, some of y'all motherfuckers the same way. Well, there's no misogyny. There's no racism. Really? You literally have people upset because a character in a video game doesn't look as fuckable to you, talking about Horizon Forbidden West, as she used to, in your opinion. And that's worth you getting upset about. Her jaw's masculine. They're making changes. They're taking away my masturbatory fantasies. Right? You know, you literally have some people, this the girlfriend's reviews, and they're getting death threats, or people fake the death threats they were getting, all because they dared say The Last of Us 2 was a great game, and Neil Druckmann retweeted it. Abby looks like a man. You killed Joel. What are you fucking 5 years old? And again, I'm not talking to the fucking trolls. I get it. You're a troll. Whatever. Do what you do. I'm talking to the more I've done this internet shit, the more I've realized there are some serious people out there who take this shit serious. I had a fucking guy. I'm not going to get into the details, but there's a guy who's just so obsessed with PlayStation and hates Xbox so much that I think the guy needs to see a fucking doctor. It's like, my God, man, how invested are you in this shit? But so these people are serious, a lot of them. Oh, I don't want to fuck Aloy anymore. Well, who gives a shit? Gives a fucking shit. My goodness gracious. I don't know, man. When I was a kid, right, I was raised Jewish. I'm not Jewish now. I hadn't been Jewish since I was like 7. But I was raised Jewish, or whatever. They tried to make me Jewish. It wouldn't stick. But there was 3 types of Judaism where I was. There was like conservative, Orthodox, and Reform. Well, Orthodox Jews, like the Hasidic Jews, very hardcore. And we went on a tour of all the temples once as a school or temple or whatever. And the Orthodox Jews sit the men separate from the women, okay? At least they did. I think they still do. I don't know. And it was like, we do this, but I assume back in the day, and they're just carrying on the tradition, is like, oh, men and women, you know, if they're not married, they shouldn't be together in close contact. And it seemed like moronically stupid at the time. Maybe they have a point. I mean, if these motherfuckers are so incapable of going on a business trip with female workers and not bringing butt plugs and lube, read the fucking Activision complaint. If these motherfuckers are so misogynistic, they just can't help themselves from sharing a picture of a woman's vagina who went on to tragically kill herself. They can't help themselves from, sending that picture all around the goddamn Christmas party. Maybe they don't need to be around women. Maybe they fucking need to, it's like, here's a great video game development house, but we don't let them mix with the ladies or the gay folks or the black folks, with the Jews. Just let them go over there. And they make some good games, that's great. But nobody talk to them. Nobody interfere, because they're fucking broken. I'm tired of hearing you need to do better. Shut up. Shut up. I don't know what you should say, but Mike Morhaime and Chris Metzen. Shut up. Right? Well, we need to do better. Oh, have you finally woken up? Maybe that's why it pisses me off so much. People have been saying this to white men for a very long time. I mean, you don't want to hear it. Tough shit. And look, I'm not naming names because it's not my place to name names, but it happens everywhere. I haven't seen it this bad at Activision. But there are companies you and I both know that I have familiarity with. Never happened at my company as far as I know, and I was always ear to the ground when I ran companies, or at least Bartlett Jones, because they were local. I'm not saying it happened at Eat, Sleep, Play. I never heard it did, but, The only thing that ever happened at Eat, Sleep, Play is I made a very lewd comment about, remember this one where I said, oh, the PSP is like new vagina? I know, and it was dumb and it was sexist, and I apologized publicly for it. It was dumb. This is over 10 years ago, and I was like, oh yeah, it was stupid. Well, I heard one of the female employees, who wasn't even around, but she read it in the press at Eat, Sleep, Play, was offended by it. And I remember I sent her, I think it was like cookies or something, and I wrote her a note, and I emailed her. I forget how I communicated, but it was like, I'm really sorry, I fucked up, right? That's as close as I've ever been to it. And I'm not saying I'm immune. I'm saying that, well, it was 10 years ago. I've gotten better because my mind's been open. I'm like, look, this shit's real. Stop acting like it's not. But what I was going to say, though, is there are companies I know of where it's like, look, women have been groped. Really high-ranking people get drunk, go out to events with these people. They'll rub up and down on them. Now, to the credit of the company I'm thinking of, some of the executives knew and kind of moved these people away from each other and made sure nobody got hurt. And if you are, you know what I'm talking about, if you work at this company that I'm talking about, it's not okay. You should be fucking ashamed of yourselves. Here's what you really should do. Here's the last thing I'll say. I say this with compassion. I don't say this with anger. I'm not trying to be dramatic. Please get therapy. Seriously. If you're one of those people out there that don't think there's a problem, get therapy. Or find someone you can talk to. Read a fucking book, right? And I know it's hard. I know. Okay, but these people aren't lying. Let me show you something. Hang on, let me show you something. This happens to be a good book, thank God. You can't stop learning. You can't stop listening. This book, stamped from the beginning. It's taken from a line from a senator back in the 1800s who literally was talking about how from the very beginning of America, black people have been looked at as lesser. That's what this means. It's a whole book about systemic racism in America. It is an award-winning book. It is meaty as fuck, and you're like, oh, it's propaganda. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's factual. It's cited. Just educate yourself, man. Never stop learning until it gets better, until it improves, until we're equal. Okay, it doesn't mean don't read fun shit. It doesn't mean don't play games, but you have to make justice. You have to work for this. I don't know. I have nothing really dramatic to end this with. I'm just pissed. I'm sad. It's really, even if I wasn't a parent, or I have a daughter and I have a son, and both of them, I'll tell you what, It was my son, my daughter, and their friend. And they were at the Rite Aid I don't know when this was, a couple of months back. And this old guy, I wasn't there, but they told me about it, 60, 61, 62.5, 61, I don't know. He was in his 60s, they said. And he came up to him and he started flirting with them and talking about how good they looked and shit. And I was so proud of all three of them. They just yelled at this motherfucker all in the store, called him a pedophile, and he got all flustered. He literally peed his pants. He literally pissed in his pantyhose. He wasn't wearing pants. He might have been. He literally pissed in his pants, and they just chased him till he crossed the street, and they couldn't cross because the light change got in his car. They took pictures of him. They put pictures of him up. These are our kids. This is the younger generation. I have faith. I'm thrilled by what I'm seeing. But my God, do better. I mean, don't even say you're going to do better. Just fucking do better. Read a book. Talk to people. Open your minds when they tell you this shit is happening. Believe just possibly, that it's happening. If a goddamn game developer wants to make a woman that isn't fuckable for you in your mind, guess what? The internet's filled with porn. Go get your business done and come back and play some fucking games with the rest of us. Nobody cares. My God, what's the matter with you? Go and get a fucking girlfriend, for God's sakes. If you're that hard up, if you're that fucking affected by the fact that you don't want to fuck Alloy, oh, you don't say your name right. Fuck you, motherfucker. You are complaining about not wanting to stick your penis in a goddamn fake pretend character in a video game, and you're pissed off that I can't say a goddamn fictional character's name right. Go fuck yourself. But be better. Please. My God, this is shit.